this video, I'm going to review Return to Eden, one of my favorite miniseries and certainly one of my favorite shows from Australia. The basic plot is that Stephanie Harper, an heiress in her 40s, has fallen in love with Greg Marsden, a young hotshot tennis player. But that is one-sided because Greg is having an affair with Jilly, Stephanie's best friend. And on a trip, Greg pushes Stephanie into the water with a hungry crocodile who presumably kills her. But she is found by Dave Wells, a hermit who lives out in these swamps, and he nurses her back to health. Dave also gives her gems to sell, and she uses the money from that sale to go to an island clinic for rehabilitation and cosmetic surgery. She meets and falls in love with Dr. Dan Marshall. Now, the part that stands out about this is that Stephanie doesn't want to look like herself, she wants to look like someone else. So Dan does that for her. She makes some friends at the clinic, particularly Ben, who has gone through great tragedy himself, and this part of the series is very touching. Stephanie's suffering, pain, and uncertainty really come across beautifully here. Rebecca Gilling and James Smillie really have great chemistry together, and you're rooting for them to become a couple. You almost don't want Stephanie to carry out her revenge plan anymore. One of the best parts of the revenge plot is that Stephanie wants to become a supermodel. She also adopts a stray cat. The mood and the tone of the series changes once Stephanie gets a makeover and goes on her journey to become a supermodel by entering the world of fashion. In many ways, this segment or this part of the series very much reminded me of the nighttime soaps like Dynasty or Paper Dolls. And the fashion shows and the fashion shoots are lots of fun. The music and the outfits are very 80s. It's great fun to see Stephanie enjoying her transformation, but also becoming very creative and cunning too. She has no trouble attracting Greg to her and making Jilly very jealous. So jealous, in fact, that Jilly shows up at one of Stephanie's fashion shoots and confronts her. Stephanie, as Tara, disarms Jilly and even pretends to be a friend. Stephanie makes a few mistakes. Jilly doesn't seem to read too much into them, though. The central conflict of Return to Eden is revenge versus romance. She is truly in love with Dr. Dan Marshall, but she can't be with him until she carries out her plan. I highly recommend Return to Eden because I think it is a wonderful blend of, stylish, sexy soap opera with a heartfelt, sincere drama. And the performances of the actors are convincing enough that some of the more far-fetched elements of the plot can be forgiven because you really feel for these characters and you want to see Stephanie rebuild her life. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.